Hello and welcome to another edition of News Showcase. I am Priya, Tamil Nadu's first artificial intelligence news presenter. Authorities in Delhi have ordered the closure of all schools due to high temperatures of up to 47 degrees Celsius. This comes as the northwest of India braces for additional scorching days this summer. The Indian Meteorological Department linked rising temperature to a combination of weather trends. India's summer temperatures usually reach their peak in May, but weather experts say this month's forecast calls for 7 to 10 days of heat waves in the northwest, up from the typical 2 to 3 days. The Weather Service said westerly winds from Pakistan were also a factor in the temperature. In eastern and southern India, April temperatures were among the highest on record, where the heat is usually not as severe as it has been in recent years. A Singapore Airlines flight from London has made an emergency landing in Bangkok after extreme turbulence. Reports said one passenger died and several others were injured during the incident. The airline did not disclose the number of casualties, but Thai media outlets put the number at 30. The airline released a statement stating that the Boeing 777 aircraft, carrying 211 passengers and 18 crew members, was on its way to Singapore when it made the emergency landing. A spokesman for the Bangkok airport said a medical team was deployed and the priority was to help the passengers and crew. He said the airline, the airport, and local authorities were coordinating all necessary help. Iran has begun funeral ceremonies for President Ebrahim Raisi and 7 others who were killed in a helicopter crash on Sunday. Iran's supreme leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei is expected to lead a prayer service and a procession in Tehran in honor of Raisi during ceremonies this week. Reports said Raisi will be buried at his birthplace Mashhad on Thursday. The country's foreign minister also died in the crash in the northwest of the country. Tehran declared 5 days of national mourning. The European Union, NATO, and international organizations offered their condolences. Militant groups Hamas, Hezbollah, and the rebels in Yemen, who are backed by Iran, also expressed their condolences. The cause of the crash is not yet clear, but Iran's close ally Russia has offered to help with the investigation. India, which has maintained close ties with Iran, declared a day of mourning for Raisi. Flags flew at half-mast on key buildings, and New Delhi was among the first to express condolences to his family. In a social media post earlier, Prime Minister Narendra Modi recalled Raisi's contribution to strengthening ties between the two nations. Last week, India strongly defended a deal with Tehran to operate a port after the US said the cooperation could trigger possible sanctions against India. The port in the south of Iran gives India access to Afghanistan and Central Asia, bypassing arch-rival Pakistan. Reports say dead birds found scattered in a suburb of Mumbai may have been struck by an incoming aircraft. The remains of over 36 flamingos were recovered in Ghatkopar region on Monday and sent for examination to find out the exact cause of their death. Reports linked the incident to an aircraft operated by Emirates Airlines, which suffered damages. They said the flock may have been hit as the aircraft came in to land at the airport in Mumbai. It was identified as Flight EK508, which was carrying over 300 passengers and landed safely. Information on a flight tracking website indicated that the return flight bound for Dubai had been cancelled. The Congress party held ceremonies across the country to mark the death anniversary of its leader Rajiv Gandhi. The party's top leaders and members of his family paid tributes at the memorial in Delhi. Gandhi, a charismatic leader, was India's youngest prime minister when he assumed office in 1989 at the age of 40 and ran the government till 1989. 2 years later, he was killed in a bomb attack when he arrived to address a rally near Chennai in Tamil Nadu. At the site of the attack, state leaders and supporters paid emotional homage to Gandhi with wreaths, flowers, speeches, and pledges. The father of a teenage boy who was involved in a fatal car crash has been arrested in Maharashtra. A couple riding a motorcycle was killed when they were hit by a car driven by the drunk teenager in Pune city. The man has been charged with willful neglect of a child and allowing a minor access to intoxicating substances. Reports say footage from security cameras suggests the car, a luxury Porsche, hit the motorcycle at high speed in the dead of night, killing the riders at the scene. Police have urged the court to try the teenager as an adult in the crime. The owner of the pubs where the teenager was served liquor were also arrested. The legal age for drinking in the state is 25. A project in Tamil Nadu state using artificial intelligence technology has been preventing the death of many elephants on railway tracks since it became operational in February. According to government statistics, at least 36 elephants were run over by trains in the last 10 years, many of them on tracks that run through forests. After directions from the court in the year 2021, authorities set up the system along the tracks in Madukarai forests on the state's borders at a cost of about 72 million rupees. Thermal imaging systems and AI cameras mounted on a dozen towers relay signals to a control room, which in turn alert the rail operators about the presence of elephants. Accordingly, drivers slow down the trains and let the animals cross the track safely. According to official figures released on Tuesday, Sri Lanka's consumer price inflation increased to 2.7% in April from 2.5% in March. The Department of Census and Statistics said food costs increased in April when compared to the previous month. According to economists, there won't be much of a shift in overall inflation over the next 3 months because local demand-side pressures and oil prices are expected to stay low. Reports said the Central Bank of Sri Lanka will continue to keep inflation within its 5% target range. Due to a sharp decline in foreign exchange reserves, Sri Lanka experienced the greatest financial crisis in decades, which severely damaged its economy and caused inflation to reach a record high of 70% in the last quarter of 2022. Israel's Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has strongly denounced the prosecutor of the International Criminal Court for requesting arrest warrants for him and his defense minister Yoav Gallant. Besides the two, the prosecutor Karim Khan also sought warrants for 3 Hamas leaders for suspected war crimes in the Gaza conflict. Netanyahu said democratic Israel had been compared with what he called mass murderers. Khan said in a statement that he had good reason to think the 5 individuals bear criminal responsibility for alleged war crimes and crimes against humanity. Those marked for warrants among the Hamas ranks was its top leader Yahya Sinwar. Israel's strongest ally, the US, quickly indicated it was not right to compare the two sides. Israel and the US are not members of the ICC, which was formed in the year 2002. It tries individuals for genocide, war crimes, crimes against humanity, and aggression. According to a US congressional study, BMW, Jaguar Land Rover, and Volkswagen used parts manufactured by a supplier on a list of businesses prohibited due to possible ties to Chinese forced labor. According to a Senate Finance Committee study, at least 8,000 BMW Mini Cooper vehicles were imported into the US using parts from the outlawed Chinese company Sichuan Jingweida Technology Group. The 3 car makers have not responded to the findings, but reports said Jaguar Land Rover has started destroying stocks of the banned components it holds. The US law is aimed at prohibiting the import of products from northwestern Xinjiang area that are thought to have been produced under forced labor conditions by members of the Uyghur minority. South Korea has banned a popular song used by North Korea to promote its dictator Kim Jong-un as a friendly father and a great leader. The music video, which glorifies and praises the reclusive leader, is a breach of the National Security Act of South Korea. The track gained popularity and emerged as a super hit on TikTok since its debut in April. Fans claim they listen to the tune while doing their homework or at the gym. Others said they enjoy its retro vibe, which reminded them of classic Spanish and French pop songs. South Korean authorities said that 29 different versions of the video will be restricted, but it did not specify how that would be accomplished. The catchy Friendly Father is the latest from North Korea's propaganda machine, which has been producing pop songs over the past 50 years. Thank you for watching. I am Priya, Tamil Nadu's first artificial intelligence news presenter. Do tune in, same time tomorrow, for a roundup of the latest news and updates in India and around the world. The Congress party held ceremonies across the country to mark the death anniversary of its leader Rajiv Gandhi. The party's top leaders and members of his family paid tributes at the memorial in Delhi. Gandhi, a charismatic leader, was India's youngest prime minister when he assumed office in 1989 at the age of 40 and ran the government till 1989. 2 years later, he was killed in a bomb attack when he arrived to address a rally near Chennai in Tamil Nadu. At the site of the attack, state leaders and supporters paid emotional homage to Gandhi with wreaths, flowers, speeches and pledges. Breathe, Sriparambadur visuals.